Yo, it's Cowboy the Wild Boy checking the in. You watching MileHighMinute.
I'm gonna take some, man. I'm MileHighMinute up, nigga. That's what's going on. MileHighMinute. Hey, MileHighMinute, man. Like I told y'all, man. Tap in.
MileHighMinute #1 podcast in the universe today. We got Estephanyart, man. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah. So before we get into it, I'll pronounce it right. Stephanie or
So
Estephany?
my name is Estephany Perez, but
Okay,
I go by Estephanyart.
Okay,
Yeah.
Estephanyart. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because it like kind of blends your name, the art part on Instagram.
Mhm.
It kind of blends your name.
People read it as all kinds of stuff. I've heard people say they think it's like, I don't know, the randomest shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just get right into this interview. So, you're coming from the Springs, right?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Mexico, but I've
Okay.
been raised in Colorado Springs. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you were born in Mexico?
Yeah, I
What
was
part?
born in Mexico. I was born in Juarez.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've been here most of my life. I was just born out there.
How close is Juarez to the U.S.?
Honestly, I don't know. I just know that shit's in Mexico. But
Okay.
I think it's pretty close to like the border in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, excuse my pronunciation.
No, you're good.
First off. Make sure y'all go check out the sponsor of today's video, 3 a.m. water.
Have
Go
some
get
3
that
a.m.
hydration for the go-getters.
3 a.m. water.
Yeah. So born in Mexico, when did you move to the Springs?
I came here when I was like 3 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been in the Springs ever since.
Lived in the Springs ever since?
Yeah, well, actually, I lived in Denver when I was like 3 to 5, and then I moved to the Springs.
Why'd you move to? Did you move to Denver at first when you came up here from
Yeah,
Mexico, and
my
then
mom.
to the Springs?
Okay. It's just my mom, my dad split, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, I ended up moving with my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do you like come to Denver often?
Yeah,
or-
I love Denver. I'm a city girl, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to move to Phoenix right now because
Okay.
I love the city. Springs is just such a small town.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
thank God for the internet to get my music out there and stuff. But as
Right.
far as the Springs, that's not really the place where you're gonna like.
Yeah, people even say that about Denver, so I couldn't imagine what it's like in the Springs.
Yeah,
so.
like Phoenix is probably the closest I've gotten to having like a real support system,
Yeah, yeah.
meeting a lot of artists, networking with people that are doing the same thing I am. Like in the Springs, there's not really anybody who's trying to do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm in Phoenix, I'm working every day. Like,
No,
there's
for
always
sure.
a shoot. There's always somebody who wants to record. You know. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Shout out Phoenix.
Shout out Phoenix, yo! Shout out my gang in Phoenix,
Yeah.
Illuminati.
I got some family in Phoenix. We ran a couple interviews out there. We're gonna do that again soon.
Yeah,
But yeah,
hell
man,
yeah.
shout out Phoenix. Do you plan on like moving to Phoenix? You said.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
trying to move out there. I lived out there last summer, but then I met my boyfriend, so I moved back to the Springs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What would make you want to move to Phoenix instead of Denver? Because they're both pretty like similar. I
Right.
feel like in size and like the scenes in a way.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of Colorado. Not like there's
Okay,
anything
okay,
wrong
yeah,
with
yeah.
it. I love my city. I love my state, Box State. You know, but Phoenix is really. I got my family out there.
Oh, okay.
I love the hot weather. Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
lived here my
cool.
whole life. I don't fuck with the snow.
Facts.
I like wearing whatever I want. When I'm in Phoenix, I can wear literally whatever the fuck I want.
Facts.
There's the nice party life. Like I love going out. So it's just like I don't know. They have everything there. And like I said, I have. Like last summer, I met a whole group of people that want to be on my team,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
support me, that push my shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to here in Denver or Colorado, I feel like nobody wants to really see you make it because they're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
making it. So I don't blame
No,
them.
that's some like. It's what Lil Boosie said about like hometown hatred and shit like that. How
Yeah.
people, they're all cool with you at first, and then the second you start getting any type of clout or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
fame, bigger, whatever,
Yeah.
money, people start to get envious. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I think it's just jealousy sometimes, which I feel like it's
Oh, yeah.
whatever. I mean, of course, somebody who lives down the street from you ain't gonna want to see you make it if they're not making it.
Right.
You know, it's just hate.
It's whatever. It don't make
It's
sense.
whatever,
but-
literally, because the whole fucking world will be on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
side.
But then you go to like another state, they treat you like
like you're fucking already like
Poppin'.
making
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
already big in their city. Yeah, and that's how I feel in Phoenix. Like that 1 month I spent there, I'm already like popping in Phoenix.
Hell
I
yeah.
feel like I'm even more popping there than I am in the Springs. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Do you like have any connections in Denver as far as the music scene goes?
In Denver, No, I wouldn't say I do, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a lot of friends up here, but not anything that has to do with my music or art or anything like that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you, growing up, were you always into art or?
Yeah, so I'm a motherfucking artist. I've always been an artist, whether it was first drawing or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted to do tattoos at one point.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just an artist. I started writing music when I was maybe 12, because I was really just writing like poetry, but I would sing it. So
Okay.
it's how you make a song.
Yeah.
And then I didn't start recording until about 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, I was like, dude, let me just start getting on this shit. Like, if I want it, I can, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. What kind of inspired it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what were your influences growing up that made you want to start pursuing like art and
Yeah.
music and stuff like that?
I think my influence was my brother.
Okay.
My brother is just somebody that I admire so much. He's probably one of the most talented persons I know.
Yeah, yeah.
He really inspired me to keep pushing. Also, I feel like I'm self-motivated, so that's like one thing about me. I feel like I'm an example for women of color, especially,
awesome.
or
Yeah,
even
yeah.
from, I'm from Mexico, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have that much money, whatever it is. It's not about any of that. It's just about, you want something, you go get it.
Right,
You
right.
can be anything you want. It's literally like we're limitless, and I think some people don't know that. I think some people
definitely, yeah.
are stuck on this human experience and don't know that in the spiritual world, you really are limitless. Like, you're never ending. Like, energy never dies. Like,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
do anything you want.
Where did this come from? Like, I like it, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of cool artists that, entrepreneurs that kind of have that same mindset. Where do you think this came from for you? That belief in yourself, that belief that you can do whatever, you set your mind to.
Yeah. You know what? I think it just came from me. Honestly, like I said, I'm just self-motivated. But also, yeah, like, I've never been the type to let shit get me down, no matter
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it is. I've never stopped pushing. I never stopped working. I see the way I inspire other people. My purpose with my platform is to inspire people,
Okay.
women, just anybody in general. But
Yeah, yeah.
like I said, I feel like in the Mexican culture, even just seeing my mom or something, they limit themselves to
Yeah, yeah.
what you can be because I'm Mexican, or because I'm poor,
Yeah, yeah.
or because I don't have the friends, or I've never been somebody who's been in the mix. I never had support, and I don't give a fuck.
You just
I'll
do
stand
you, do what
alone,
makes you
dude.
happy.
Yeah, I stand alone. And that's what it is,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's the scene like down in the Springs? Is I know some artists out there. I fuck with some artists out there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how I even got tapped into your music.
I think I found you,
Yeah,
actually.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I remember there's Mel Stacks, there's Lil Mac Diddy, Jay. There's a bunch of artists down there. So talk about the scene down in the Springs a little
I'm
bit.
not really too familiar with the scene out there. I know a couple of people that you mentioned just from before they even started making music, before I started making music, just
Okay.
from being at parties and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I definitely admire all those people. Shout out to all those people that you mentioned. But yeah, I think I would definitely work with all those people.
Okay.
I think they're just kind of focused on their own thing. I
Right,
said,
right,
I think it really takes a team. And like I said, my team's out in Phoenix, so
Yeah.
I would be so down to work with any of those people. But yeah, I feel like my music also is kind of a different genre.
No, for sure, yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
kind of they don't know what to do with my shit, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
cool. But yeah.
I think you could work with some artists in Denver. I know some people, they slid up on our story when we posted your ego, and they said they would work with you. So
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah.
you know,
Definitely gotta
do
tap
some
in with
networking.
that. Yeah.
And definitely in Phoenix too. Make sure you work
Yeah.
with a lot of artists down there. That's definitely a good connection. Especially I feel like what's underestimated about a Denver or a Phoenix is these markets are huge already. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of sports, a lot of money in them, marijuana, whatever.
Right.
But they're obviously the entertainment, the music scene isn't as popping as it is in LA or anywhere else really, as far as mega cities. So I think Denver, Phoenix, that's a good opportunity to get exposure, especially if either one of the cities can really start.
Yeah.
I mean Denver's already building, starting to go up. So
Right.
and I'm sure Phoenix is as well.
Yeah, straight up. That's what I'm saying. I would never. It's not like I'm trying to get out of Colorado for any reason. I love my state.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be, put my state on or whatever the deal is. Even if I go to Phoenix,
Yeah.
I'm from the Springs.
Right,
the
right.
Springs is, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm out for you on that for sure. So, I want to dive into your culture a little bit more. You said you were born in Mexico and stuff like that, and you brought that up earlier, how you want to be a voice. Kind of go a little bit deeper into that, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel underestimated at times, or do you feel like your culture's underestimated? And you know what I'm saying? You just want to be that positive voice to speak out against any type of like racism or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do feel like my like being Mexican and stuff. Yeah, like some Mexicans are kind of underestimated. Like I said, I feel like sometimes they underestimate themselves. Just from my family, seeing them, I try to put them on. I try to put them on spirituality. Really, just try to let them know like you can be anything you want in life. And yeah,
so are you religious at all, or?
I'm not religious. No, I'm very spiritual. Yeah, it's like my own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like my purpose is like love on this earth. Like I feel like I'm meant to just like bring the light and let people know they have a light in them. Even if you think you don't, you do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but definitely being from Mexico is awesome because I speak Spanish. So I'm also making Spanish music.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
Regardless, I know this shit's like for me, you know.
Yeah,
like I got it shit both ways. Like.
Have you heard of Fabio Guerrero? I think. He's from up here too. He's doing numbers right now, and he makes Spanish music. But I also see him work with some rappers in the city. His shit's going crazy.
You know what? He sounds familiar.
You probably, I bet if you've seen them, he's with this girl, and they got like a whole YouTube channel and shit. But I bet if you like seen the YouTube video of his music or something, it might sound familiar.
My
or something.
vibe, Hell yeah, that's sick.
Hell yeah. What else do I want to get into? I want to get into some of your music. What's some of the music that, you know, the first song someone should go check out when they look you up on like YouTube, SoundCloud, or anything like that?
The first song I would say to check out is Fuck With You, FWU.
Okay.
That's probably one of my best hits. Also, there's a song called I Shouldn't. My first song was called Get the Fuck Out the Way.
Yeah.
And that song is more of me rapping. And I've always listened to alternative music more than anything, more than rap, more than anything. I listen to alternative. So I feel like once I started exploring my sound, I kind of let go of the rapping as much. And kind of got into more of like singing and tapping in with the singing. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about, you know, your diversity when it comes to the music. You know what I'm saying? Does it all kind of come off energy when you decide you want to rap or do some, you know, alternative music, or like how does it kind of come about?
I really just listen to beats, and then I go and I purchase my beats.
You work with any studios?
Do I what? Sorry.
Work with any studios?
Yeah, I was actually working with a studio in the Springs, but I don't fuck with them at all anymore. But yeah, straight up, I brought my ass up to Denver, and I'm gonna work with some real professionals.
What happened in the Springs?
I was working with the studio, and I feel like I was being disrespected. Like they didn't appreciate my like money. They didn't appreciate my business. I feel like they just disrespected me because I was a woman, to be honest. And I know in the industry, like the shit I faced ain't nothing compared to what the industry really is like, and I know that. But I'm really like somebody who has a hard time setting boundaries. So I finally cut ties with the studio because. Yeah, I was just tired of being disrespected. Like, all my sessions would get rescheduled. Whenever I had a session, there'd be random people chilling in the booth, and I don't even know who they are, and I can't sing comfortably. If I didn't like something and I wanted to redo it, they would be, like, frustrated about it. And it's like, well, I'm the fucking artist. I'm paying you. It's my money. It's my time. Just do your fucking job.
Right.
And so whatever the deal is, it just shows the professionalism that they had, and it's just not cool. Like... I wasn't fucking with that shit.
I don't know if I should ask, but what studio?
It's fucking AML recording studio. Like, straight up. Like, I left a review on their shit and everything. But, I mean, I tried speaking to them, you know, and they tried to make it sound like they wanted to be cool. But after they realized I wouldn't take, like, their shit, they got defensive. And it is what it is. Like, that just shows, like I said, their professionalism. And, they would just, I know these people like personally, so they would be like on a personal level, and it's like, well, I paid you money, so I'm a client, and there's no personal right now. And that's the thing, you can't mix business with personal, and that's where
or emotions, it's a hard lesson.
So it's definitely not something I plan on doing like ever again.
Yeah. Can you just try to keep your finger off the button, because I think it keeps clicking?
This one?
Yeah, just make sure it's up and just try not to touch the button.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I'm not touching the button.
Yeah, no. So the Springs, where are you doing? You're recording now. You said you're coming up to Denver.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out Side 3 Studios.
Oh, yeah, you did
I
say
booked
that, yeah.
their Studio A, which is like their highest one. Because like I said, I don't mind spending money
Yeah.
to get my shit done. Like, I want to invest money in myself. That's investing money in myself. If I'm wasting it, if I'm not receiving what I'm putting it in from, the other people, then it's just like a waste of time and energy and money. And
Yeah.
because I'm always prepared. Like, that's one thing about me, and I think anybody will say that about me, whether it's a photographer or somebody I'm recording with, anybody I'm working with, I'm always prepared. I got my beats ready. I got my songs ready. I'm ready to be there. And then, like, yeah, my shit would get canceled, like I said. So it's just like,
That'd be irritating.
yeah, like that shit. Because I'm ready to get in the booth, It's like,
yeah.
it's just not, it's not cool.
Right.
But,
Hell yeah. No, you're good. You're good. I was doing it myself. Okay, so yeah, as far as studios up in Denver, I would recommend Side 3 is a good one. I always hear good things about. I always hear good things about Pat and Annie, The Lab, or not Pat and Annie anymore. They're called. Fuck, they know what they're called. I apologize.
Yeah, no.
KMG, all that. They're in Aurora. Everyone knows. Yeah, those are all good studios. Yeah, so you said you haven't went to Side 3 yet, or you're about to?
I'm about to go there
Okay.
tonight, actually. I have a session at 10 p.m.,
Okay.
so I'm going to go check that shit out.
Yeah, good luck on that. I think
Yeah,
that'll be
thank you.
good.
I'm, like, really excited because I know they worked with real artists,
Yeah.
and that's why I want to go there because, like, I'm a real fucking artist. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to interview if I knew you weren't taking this serious.
yeah,
so.
like, and me, like, I'm the wrong person to get underestimated, like, directly in my face or
Right,
something
right.
because I don't underestimate myself at all.
Right.
So it's just, like, people got me fucked up when they do that. It's just not
yeah.
going to fly. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So you got a new single dropping.
Yeah.
Ego, right? Or,
Yeah, I've got a new single dropping
yeah.
called Ego.
Let's talk
The
about
video
it.
drops next Friday. I'm going to drop the single as well next Friday.
Okay.
I did postpone it because right now I think there's bigger things going on in the world. For example, police brutality and all that. I just want to make sure I mention this.
Yeah, talk about
You got to get out there and you got to do something. Definitely right now is not the time to be silent about any of this stuff. It doesn't matter. If you say you're not racist or you think police brutality is wrong, you need to make it heard, make it known. Because right now we're going through a civil rights movement and
Right.
you want to be on the right side of history. You don't want to be on the
Exactly.
wrong side of history right now. And I think it doesn't matter if you stand alone. It doesn't matter if you're embarrassed or you're scared that something, it doesn't matter. Like,
Right.
you should want to die for this shit.
No,
because
for sure,
you want to
for
stand.
sure.
Yeah, like I said, to me,
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about that shit. I'm very passionate about doing the right thing all the time. It's just,
Yeah.
and that's my thing. Like, I do want to mention this too. I feel like a lot of artists get caught up in being this artist that they actually become this artist and that's all they are. And I think you need to know who you are and then have this artist. Like me, I'm a Stephanie, but Estephanyart is something I created. It's a project.
Right.
That's not who I am. That's not who I identify as. Like,
yeah.
and that's not what I'm tied to. So on my personal level, it's like you can't think like, oh, well, Estephanyart can't be out there protesting because, well, what if her fans don't like it or some shit? Like, well, I hope I lose those fans because I need fans who are gonna stand for the right thing. I want to inspire people to do
Right.
the right thing,
Yeah.
to be themselves, to, like I said, do what they want to do. There's like no limits. I think
Yeah,
people
yeah.
limit themselves.
No, yeah. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you came on here. You have a very positive.
Yeah,
message.
thank you. I do,
Definitely,
and
yeah,
that's why I was like, dude, I'm ready to come on here because, yeah, I think, like I said, I think a lot of people just want to make their point that, oh, I know how to rap, I know how to,
Yeah.
I know how to do this, but what are you doing to change the world? Because
Okay.
anybody can
Yeah,
rap,
yeah.
and I'll be honest, anybody can rap. I know homeless people that can rap.
Yeah.
Can you change the world? Can you inspire people? Can you make people want to be like you for the right reasons instead of
Right.
influencing people? Anybody can make a song talking about my ass fat, my gun
yeah.
bang. Like,
Bang.
that's,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
fuck? Like, I could say that shit. It's just about,
Yeah.
like I'm saying, like, another thing is, like, I'm about earning my shit. I've had opportunities to go to LA and meet famous rappers in my DMs and shit,
Yeah.
and get it the easy way.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm not interested in that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah. gonna
gonna earn it, and that's my thing. I'm gonna earn it.
I feel
Period.
that 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple points I want to make on that. When it comes to the protesting, definitely. I saw you were out in the Springs protesting, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I actually organized a protest.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. We were out there for the Denver protests. I went to the peaceful one and like the.
I saw your post.
Shit was wild. But what was I gonna say about that? Cause you said you want that Eric Thomas YouTube video. He said, if you want to breathe as bad as you want to succeed, then you'll be successful. Which brought me back to your point when you said that you should want this so bad that you're willing to die for it. And I was thinking about that, with like MileHighMinute and stuff, like, with music, with any art that anyone's creating, like you really do gotta, because you know what I'm saying? When you're doing something, whether it be entertainment or art, you're putting your face out there. You know what I'm saying? You're putting yourself out there. And when you put yourself out there, that allows people to bash you, say good things. They can say whatever they want. And you're going to get a mix of both, especially when you're putting yourself out there as an artist. And, we've seen bad shit happen to artists at bad times. So you literally have to not give a fuck about dying in certain cases. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not like, I'm scared to walk out the door, which it could be the case for, I'm sure, a lot of artists. So I don't want to take that away from them.
Yeah.
But it is a serious threat, to an extent, and you really just gotta want it bad and not give a fuck what people think. You know what I'm saying? Not care about them bashing you. Not care if you die. If you died, you died for the right thing, I suppose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's important to have the right message out there. If you have fans and they love you, they're gonna love you regardless what the deal is. But like I said,
true fans.
It's important to influence people because then when you're gone, they have the right thing to remember you by. They don't remember you for being like turnt and bragging about your gun, like
right.
you want, like, and that's cool. Like I don't have any problem with any of that shit. Like I listen to shit that gets me turned, but you gotta know, I think some people get it confused.
There's a time and a place.
And some people want to get influenced and they want to live that life,
right.
And that's where you got to draw the line. You got to know that's just music, and
and
some people are rapping about that because they live that life, and some people are rapping about that just because they don't even. Some people have Genius interviews and they're saying I've never shot a gun in my life, and at least they're okay with admitting that. There's some people who out here who want to fake it, and it just kind of fucks you over in the long run because some people, they're real thugs, real gangsters that will check your history and find out you're not about shit. And it's just, you don't want to be that person. Like figure out who you are, what you're about, and be loyal to that shit and push out the right thing. Don't just, like I said, anybody can make a song about whatever. It's just about like, who are you really? Like, what are you really trying to say? You know what I'm saying?
And I like that message. It's important for the people to just know, especially if you're doing art, just you're expressing yourself, just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. I agree with you. I see too many people trying to be something they're not. And
it just doesn't work out. In the end, it doesn't work out. And I think
when it's real, when it's authentic, it works. You get numbers. You see the growth. Yeah,
and it feels good, and you put in the work. Like I said, I'm very big on earning it. I think it's important to earn what you get, because then you feel good. Nobody can take that from you because you know how you got it. 100%. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. And I mean, talk about some adversity growing up. You know what I'm saying? That kind of like built you into the person you are today, or it doesn't even necessarily have to be growing up, but just any adversity you face in your life.
Yeah.
That built you and some obstacles that you overcame to keep pursuing your passion.
Mm-hmm. So my mom's a single mother. It's just me, my brother, and her. Okay. We live paycheck to paycheck, whatever the deal is. It's never really been about money. My brother and I have always been people that stand out, and I think it's because we're leaders, and like I said, we're just genuine people.
Yeah.
As a woman, I think something that I faced a lot is, people think because I'm a hot girl or I'm pretty or whatever the deal is, I'm going to be a bitch and I'm going to be this person that I'm just not this person. And that's what I'm saying. I'm an example of, I think the most important thing in life is to be a good person. Mm-hmm. I think if you're not a good person to the people around you, if you don't care about anybody, you're lost. Because everybody that you see is a reflection of you. Mm-hmm. And we're all one. Like, we're all combined. We're all one in the universe. We're all part of a collective consciousness that is working on something. So I think some people don't think about that. I think some people have never even asked themselves, what am I doing on this earth, you know? And you got to ask yourself that, because there is a reason. We are not just popping out of the blue, you know, to do nothing here on this earth. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of people do, is they never figure out who they are.
They think we just live and then die.
Yeah, and I think it's important to, you know, like I said, know who you are, connect with yourself. Even if it's not religiously, like meditation is something I recommend to everybody watching this video.
Meditation's relaxing.
If you need to stop to meditate, because if you don't, you're just always on constant like airplane mode or something. you never stop to breathe and realize all those thoughts in your head aren't. Yeah, like I think a lot of people think they're their thoughts, and you're not. You're not your thoughts. Like that doesn't make you. So yeah, I just feel like that's a lot of the stuff that's made me is just, I guess, being a female, being Mexican. So I wasn't born in the U.S., so I have a work permit for Mexico. I have a work permit to work in the United States. And a lot of people don't know that about me. But yeah, so like I can't really leave the country or anything like that. I'm kind of just in the U.S.
Like you can't leave at all?
I cannot leave the country because then I can't come back. I don't have a visa. I just have a work permit, and I renew that every year. I pay $1,000 every year to renew a permit so I can work in the United States. I think a lot of people don't know.
I didn't even know that shit.
And a lot of people, you know, like a lot of people, like racist, like people say, well, you know, they just want to get free share, all this shit. But some people don't know behind the scenes we're spending so much money just to work here and to pay taxes and just to
get some type of American dream, you know what I'm saying?
Just to live, really, to live comfortably a little bit, maybe. But yeah, like, you know, thanks to that program, I'm like good in the U.S. But yeah, I definitely want to go to Mexico sometime. I'm sure when I'm famous and rich, like money talks, I'll get clearance in the border. But
no, I think definitely keep chasing this shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
If this is what you love to do.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. It's already mine. Like, and that's the thing. I think some people are working so hard and they don't know that's already theirs, and that you can manifest things. You gotta believe it's yours. Yeah.
You can literally think about it before it happens and slowly keep working towards it. Message the artist you want to work with before you work with them. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ways to manifest your reality, and I've said it so many times on this podcast, so, you know, I don't feel like I need to keep explaining examples, but everyone knows, you know what I'm saying? The people that, you know, truly believe in themselves, chase their dreams, and have a passion, you know, they know, you know what I'm saying? So that's awesome to hear. Who have you worked with in Colorado, or any producers?
So H Block, shout out to H Block. That's my motherfucking boyfriend, my baby. H Block is an amazing producer. If anybody's looking for beats, definitely check out H Block on YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram. He's made beats for me. I usually get some of my beats too also on BeatStars. There isn't really anybody that I've worked with in the Springs, to be honest. I have so my new song Ego features Lazy God, which H Block put me on. But yeah, Lazy God hopped on the track, which is just sick. Like, he has a different sound. It fits perfect. You know, he's singing. He's original, and he believes in himself. And that's, I want to work with people who believe in their craft.
Most definitely.
If you don't believe in your craft, nobody will.
Right.
And you'll know. You'll know if somebody believes in themselves, because you'll know. And some people tell on themselves. Some people will tell, like, some people just kind of like expose themselves.
What's understood doesn't need to be explained.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but yeah, H Block is probably the only person I work with in the Springs. And yeah, like, he has his own sound. He believes in himself. He's original. He's dedicated. He's loyal to his craft, and that's the people I want to work with. And I want to work with people who are spiritual, who know about the the conversations me and H Block have are just like
throwing you on the same energy.
It's just
Do you what was I gonna say? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I'm wearing my clothes, you guys. Estephanyart. Like I said, I'm an artist, so I design everything. I style myself. I do my own hair. I do my own glam. I do tooth gems. I make music. I draw. I paint. I
Where can the people
fucking
find you?
create. I make videos. I do what? I'm an artist. That's why it's art, because Estephanyart is art.
Where can the people find you on like social media and stuff?
So you can find me on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. Under Estephanyart. But yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me. Yeah.
About wraps it up, but I definitely want to ask that question. It's on the tip of my tongue, and we'll cut parts, so don't worry.
Okay, shout out to MileHighMinute Co. for pulling me up in this bitch. Like, definitely fuck with MileHighMinute. Like, I was really excited to come, and shout out to sponsor.
Hell yeah, I appreciate the love.
3AM.
I appreciate the love.
She's pretty gas. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really a fan of spring water. I'm very like picky. I like purified water. It doesn't even have to be Fiji. Like, I don't drink any of that shit. It don't have to be fancy. I like purified water, but this shit actually goes. Like, it don't taste bad.
Oh yeah, shout out 3AM Water. Go get that hydration for the go-getters.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all check them out. Go follow them on Instagram, all that. Make sure y'all go follow Stephanie on everything.
Yeah, Estephanyart. You guys play like.
Yeah.
Tap in with me, because we going up, you guys. If I'm going up, you're going up.
And you know, if they on MileHighMinute, it's over. They going up.
MileHighMinute. You know, if I'm on MileHighMinute, I'm obviously fired.
Oh yeah. Make sure y'all go hit that like button. Comment down below who you want to see next on the MileHighMinute. We actually just got on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud. It feels really good to say all that shit. I've been wanting to get that. So make sure y'all go follow us on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button to stay notified when all the latest news drops. Do you got any final words, final thoughts, any last things you want to speak on?
Be yourself. Be kind to everybody around you. Love yourself. If you can't love yourself, you won't love anybody else. And you have to do that, because if you don't, even if you try to beat around the bushes, it just will not work. You will never be right with yourself. And follow your fucking dreams. Like, we're limitless, you guys. You can do anything you fucking want. Like, that's the thing about me. If I want to do something, I go do it right there. There's no question about it. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. And I've always been like that. Growing up, I've always been weird. I'd never fit in, and I never cared to. I didn't care.
Awesome.
I've been bullied. I've been called so much shit. Like, I don't care. It's just like people just. It's all love. It's all love. And I know it's all love. And I love everybody. Like, literally.
Hell yeah. Make sure y'all go follow her on everything. All the links will be in the description.
Yo, shout out MileHighMinute, though.
Yeah, appreciate you. MileHighMinute, #1 podcast in the universe. We out.